Hey, 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 aligned by God. Before I get started, I'm going to read Psalm chapter 23, verse 4. Although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your staff and your rod, they comfort me. I know I left off the last video and I was like, baby, what did you do? What did you do? And that was a moment for me, man. I'm like, I was with a girlfriend at the time, and, she had a sister and she had a brother. No, the sister and her man. And the sister and her man, they used to always get drunk all the time, she wore the pants in that relationship, And they used to always argue and get drunk, be up all night and stuff like that. And, that one night, and it still kind of, I calmed down a lot, but it used to always pop in my head all the time because my girl grabbed my face at the time. She was like, oh, baby, what did you do? What did you do? And I was at rage at the time. And, I'm talking about I was like rage. And it was towards her sister's boyfriend. Because I really was like on top of him. I was choking him. I was really choking him. And he just laid there lifeless. And as I'm getting off of him, that's when my girl ran up to me like, oh, baby, what did you do? What did you do? And I went from rage to like, oh, shoot, I just killed him. Mind you, I was defending myself. I was defending my girl. And I was defending my girl's sister. So I was defending three people when it came to the boyfriend. So me and my girl, we just landing in bed. I got to get up and go to work the next day. And just like that, they woke up out of my sleep and they upstairs arguing, and I'm like, okay, it's just another night, And just like that, they downstairs in our living room, arguing and fighting. Now, mind you, if kids upstairs, kids downstairs. And, I used to always, try to be the man of the house. And, none of the kids was mine. I was stepdaddy type of thing. And, I used to always get on them about, locking that door. So as soon as they came through and now they arguing downstairs in our place, and me and my girl, we like face to face, and just laying in the bed. I just give her that look like, and then she just jumped up and, put her clothes on and everything. And just like that, she went out there and I guess trying to break it up and this and that and this. And I don't know, I'm going to take my behind back to sleep. Then she came back. It was like this effort, and he didn't put his hands on me. Now I'm like, what? He did what? So now I'm putting my clothes on. And now I'm trying to figure out, what's going on, where he at. And I guess he had left. And I believe his sister at the time stayed around the corner. So my girl and her sister, they argue and everything. And like I say, my girl running there talking about he didn't hit her. So just like that, like I said, I put my clothes on and I didn't jump in my car, went right around the corner. And I ended up seeing him. And like I say, I did not hit him or nothing at the time. I was just manhandling. I'm just grabbing him like, oh, MF, you going to jail today. And he was like grabbing onto trees and everything. And I could say, to be a little guy, he was strong. He was like, and I'm like really grabbing. I'm like basically dragging his behind. And I'm like tussling with him. Like I say, I never hit him, but I'm manhandling the crap out of him. So we get like 2-3 houses from the house me and my girl was staying in. And I guess he developed the courage to swing. And he swung hard. And he almost hit me. Like it was like I felt the fist just fly past my big old nose. It just went. I felt the wind from it. And then, like I said, I proceeded to manhandle him again, and just like that, brought him to the ground. And I'm like at rage, and like both of these big old, they call them. A lot of my friends be like, throughout the years, I've called them the DBs. Now they're around his neck, and like I say, I'm like 60 or 70 pounds heavier now, but even then I was kind of bigger, I still was smaller, but I still was considered big. But all my weight with these DBs, I'm on top of them. I'm like, he went lifeless. And now I'm standing over him. And then just like that, my girl walked up and she stopped and looked at him while he was lifeless on the ground. And that's when she grabbed my face like, baby, what did you do? What did you do? I couldn't say a word because I went from rage to like, oh my God, I done killed the man. Like I say, I was defending myself because I was just going to get him. The cops was not about to come. And then just like that, he's MIA at his sister's house. Now, if you was to fast forward it, if I was to go back, would I have done things different? Yeah, even though he swung on me and he missed, yeah, I could have just kept on manhandling him because he already didn't swung on my girl, obviously, and hit her. So I should have been already, but I was able to, make sure I didn't even really lay a hand on him then, and I didn't. So the fact that he swung on me and missed, now I want to get all raged. I should have been like that automatically when he hit my girl. I should have. But after she was saying that, I'm standing there and I'm looking. Now I'm like shaking. And then a sister come walking up, running up. Now she cussing at me, and now her and her sister, they arguing. Now the sister tried to come at me with some stuff. Now me and my girl, like I said, we probably like 2-3 houses from our house, so we walking back. And then we made it to the house, and we kind of both looked down the street. And he basically was getting up. He could barely, get up because he was coming to. But then, little by little, I stopped shaking. So, cops, they finally, they showed up. And just like that, the 2 cops, they was like, no, yeah, this person should go to jail. This person should not go to jail. So they was at odds. One cop was basically on my side, and then the other cop was like, no, he got to go to jail too. And then just like that, they had to call for the supervisor. Now my arms, like, they put the handcuffs on front, so now I'm like leaning on I'm leaning on the next door neighbor fence, like shaking my head, like, man, I done went through a lot with this girl I'm with, and it was mainly, the family, because I wasn't around my family. I was around all her family. Her mama was going through some stuff. Her brother was going through some stuff. They was over there all the time. And then, like I say, her sister and her boyfriend, and the boyfriend, he had like a little sister that was gay or whatever, a stud or whatever. So we was always going through some stuff. I was always like putting my foot down when it came to a lot of stuff. Like I say, the sister, she ran her upstairs, and I wasn't trying to run her downstairs, but hey, if I'm the man, I'm going to work, I'm doing what I got to do. But like I said, I'm thinking about all that while my hands is on the fence and everything. And like I say, the sister steady running her mouth and this and that and that and this. And, the police, the supervisor came up, and, everybody got to talking and everything. And I'm explaining to the supervisor, and everybody saying this, saying that. I'm basically like, hey, this man has swung on me. He was hitting his own girl, and he hit my girl, and then y'all try to lock me up and take my behind in jail. Luckily, the supervisor, made a good call. Took me out of them handcuffs and everything. I was like, the sister she was pissed because she really wanted me to go to jail. So they took the boyfriend in jail, and like I say, they, my girl and the sister, they just steady arguing and everything. And I took my behind in there. I'm trying to see that I go to work the next day. I don't think I did. I think I took a vacation day. I left and then I went. So I went somewhere else. I don't think I went to work. But of course, we still stayed there and everything, and yeah, more drama ended up eventually happening. But at that time, I was like really, really, I felt like God really had my back that day. Because even though I was defending and yeah, that's technically self-defense, but I'm quite sure things could have went another way. And I did feel like God had my back that day. Yeah, I had plenty of similar situations like that, but that was that one. And like I say, for my, me choking him, I don't really visualize that. I really visualize my girl, baby, what did you do? I wake up sometimes just because I never really saw my girl frantic like that. Like I say, yeah. I'm happy that I didn't kill him. And he came through, because like I say, things would have been different. And like I said, I felt like God really had my back that day. On the other note, my oldest daughter, I was texting her every now and then, but I make sure I text her on her birthday all the time. And this year, she it wasn't a lot, but she just simply just texted back, and she said thank you, like with a little red heart or whatever. She just simply said thank you. She said thank you. So I had a moment earlier, because like I say, I don't be on Facebook like that. I always say Facebook is too personal and stuff like that. I mean, you can make it what you make it, but even though my family and everything is on there, I'm still coming out little by little. Shout out to God and me, we cool. That's my baby. You know what I'm saying? He brought me this far, and I guess evolving to aligned by God. Well, I plan on doing things different. Still gonna be a Christian clothing brand, but I feel like it's gonna be more in depth. I'm gonna evolve a lot more people. But yeah, baby, what did you do? Yeah, hopefully me talking about it now and putting it out there, I can stop waking up sometimes with these little nightmares and stuff like that. So I'm happy I didn't kill him, and um, I think I'm gonna talk about just family. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about family next. I always felt like I was the outcast and everything. Yep. I feel like it's just funny, you grow up and you like, even though your mama taking care of both of you and your brother, it's like you take care of your brother, and then you get older, and then I feel like he was taking care of himself, but at the same time I feel like, he took care of me, because he had a couch for me to sleep on, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm big brother, he little brother and everything, but that right there, I had to put a lot of pride to the side, and like, everybody say, well, you didn't quit your job and everything. If I was to do that over, I would. I would. A lot of stuff that didn't happen here, it wouldn't have happened in Detroit. I will actually talk about it more to myself if I'm gonna make a change, dramatic change, and quitting my job and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about family next. So, aligned by God, and to the next.